Hey, it's Blough. Time for another 5x5. And today we're going to be talking about the Android operating system on mobile devices versus Apple's iOS. Which one is better? If you've heard me talk about Mac versus Windows PCs, you really know that I don't care. I think that either one is okay. But I do care in this particular case. I actually do think that one of these is superior. And I'm going to hold that off for just a second, perhaps to create a little bit of anticipation. But anyways, I want to talk to you about the differences between the two and where that becomes significant. Now, there is a lot of people that are fanboys on both sides. A lot of people love Apple product, anything Apple makes. They're Apple fanatics. A lot of people love Android. They think of it as the disruptor to the iOS empire that Apple has created. Android has some interesting capabilities that is unique to it over iOS. Androids are much more flexible in the sense that you can do a lot more customization, modding. You can make them a lot different. You can add things to them. You can change the operating system. Sometimes this is called jailbreaking them or rooting them, where you go in there and you can load a custom version of the Android operating system, or maybe even one that you downloaded from the internet. You can do a lot of neat things. And if you're a really techie, hobbyist kind of guy, you're probably going to like the Android operating system for all of the flexibility and the power that it brings. If you are the regular, normal user of mobile products and you just want your email to mail and you want your internet to open up and do its thing and you want all your apps to work the way that they're supposed to, then iOS is going to be a much more stable operating system because it's a closed infrastructure versus the open infrastructure of the Android platform. The iOS operating system is more stable. Apple does a lot of checking on all the programs that they allow to be added to the iOS operating system. You have to go through their scrutiny before they're available in the store. It's much more difficult to jailbreak those products, and really we don't recommend to do that at all on the iOS operating system. And so it becomes a boxed operating system, sandbox we might even call it, where you can't do a lot of customization. The screen's going to look like the screen. They're all going to be the same. Now that's good in that it makes it easier for you to make, to do the things that you need to do in it. You can do them very quickly. It's very predictable. Things aren't going to break. It's going to be more stable. It's just going to work. My personal experience is that in using an Android operating system, I could do all kinds of amazing things, but towards the end of my run with my Android, I was rebooting it once a day because it just started acting wonky. Since I've been using iOS operating system for my mobile phone, I don't ever reboot it. It just works the way that it's supposed to. So you can see those advantages. So I get customization over here, but I get security and safety and reliability over here. Well, and because my particular flavor is to talk to business customers and business clients, I'm not really interested in the customization and the cool gee whiz engineering that you could personally do with the Android operating system. I'm really interested in the operating system just doing what it's supposed to do, being stable, providing the services that you need it to provide, and most importantly, to be secure. And that's where Apple absolutely outshines Android. There are almost no viruses available for the iOS. You really just don't worry about it. If you use Android, you have to, hear me on this, you have to be running antivirus. No questions about it. So if you're a hobbyist and you're using it personally and you want to deal with the complexity of that customization and you really want to be able to tweak and play and you're going to enjoy that, Android's a great product. But if you're like most people, and especially any business client, iOS is a much safer bet. So I would encourage you to take that into consideration, kind of weigh those two options, and probably are going to side, like I always do, on the Apple product line, the iOS.